Hey guys and gals, this is Radar Roy, and welcome to my home out here in Morristown, Arizona. I'm really excited today. We're going to be doing an install of the new Escort QI45 radar detector. This is a new radar detector from Escort, and the QI stands for Quick Install Under 45 Minutes. And we will then be interfacing the Escort shifter pack into this install. This is an added module. It does take a little longer than 45 minutes, but this gives you security from the police laser guns. So what we'll do is we'll kind of go over some of the equipment that you have here. I understand this will perhaps be a two-part video, just so we can have it on YouTube. So let's kind of go over some of the things that you're going to be getting inside the box. The first thing you're going to get is a manual. Guys, I know you know a lot of us guys don't even like reading maps, but please take the time to read the manual. If you're interested in looking at this manual before you do buy it, it's available on our website, and I'll have the link right here below us where you can download this manual so you can see exactly what you do get in the install. This is the brains of the unit. This is actually the antenna of the radar detector system. In the front there's the laser sensors, and in the box is the radar detector itself. And here's a long cable. There's only one cable that you need to run through the firewall. You know, typical installs of other radar detectors, you got masses and masses of cables that you have to install. This is an all-in-one solution. What's really nice about this, you'll notice there's two extra ports here in the back. And here's where you can plug in your laser sensors instead of running those laser sensors through the dash. So it's a really nice little addition, making your install a lot easier and under that 45-minute time frame. The next item you're going to get, this is the control module. This is going to go underneath your dash, and it has a little speaker in it, and it has three little plug-ins. One plug-in is for your display. This is what you're going to put on the dashboard so that so you can see when your radar detector is displaying. The second is an antenna. That's what I just showed you. That's would go underneath your dashboard. This is your LED unit, and then of course our power cable. Some other things you'll get with the unit, you're going to get some Velcro and some double-sided tape. You're going to get a little LED. This could plug into the controller, and if you want a discrete displays where you only have an LED, this gives you that option. You'll get some screws, and you'll get a little mount that you can mount your radar detector to underneath the dash. And there's a couple things, extra things I actually buy to really make this install go a lot easier. One thing I use in a lot of my installs is the 3M double-sided automotive tape. It's super sticky, very strong, and I'll use it for a number of things during this install. Another thing that makes my install a lot easier and cuts down some time is basically what they call an easy fuse. And what it is, it's just what we're going to do is install our control head onto this cable and remove the fuse from under our dash and put that in here, and then we'll put an extra fuse for our radar detector in here, and we'll use that. Here's some tools that you're going to be needing, and just for this situation we're going to need a pair of wire snippers so we can snip the power wire for us. We're going to need a socket. We're going to use this to remove the dash. And or here's some other things you're going to get in the pack. Some zip ties, always handy so you can zip tie down your stuff. Now, guys and gals, before you do an install of this radar detector, please take the time and do read the manual. Go to your car, figure out how you're going to install the unit prior to your installation. It's going to make your job a lot more easier to pre-plan out your install and know exactly what you're going to be doing and going to save you time. Over my shoulder I have a clock, and what we'll do is we'll timer our install and exactly how long it's going to take. Now, guys and gals, this might not be a typical install just because of my background in installing. This is probably about the 300th radar detector install I've done within the last 5 years. And typically, an install will take me an hour and a half, up to 2 hours, depending on how difficult it is. So we're going to get started. We'll look at the clock behind my shoulder, and you'll see right now it's just a couple minutes before 10 o'clock here in Arizona. So the first thing I'm going to do, and this is an optional thing, but it makes my install a little easier. And if I could ask the camera to zoom into my hands here so you can see exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to take this little fuse holder, and And again, this is what I'm going to be using for the power. And I'm just going to put this quick solderless connection onto the power cable, snap it on. Now it's just going to make our job a little easier to gain power for the unit. Here we have the negative unit, the negative cable. What we're going to be doing when we do the install is just find a screw to connect this to that's grounded the vehicle. So the first thing we're going to do with this install is that I'm going to take the bottom portion of my dashboard out. This is something, you guys might be getting scared now. Oh, I got to take my dashboard out. No, it's this is going. I'm going to try to make this as professional install as I can. Typically, what you could do is just tuck this under your dashboard, so you don't have to take your dashboard out. But I'm a perfectionist, so I really want this to be a professional-looking install. So I'm going to do that. So we're going to pause the video right here again, and we'll get started on this. Okay, I step back here and I got the little controller here. I'm going to get a couple zip ties. So we'll zip tie this underneath the dashboard so we don't have it flopping around and making noise. So you'll see on the unit it has little loops. We just need to slide that through right there. Okay, we're going to put this right underneath here, underneath the steering wheel. We got the speaker pointed down, so you'll be able to hear it. So we got that up there. Let's take those little wires in there. Okay, guys and gals, we zip tied in the control head underneath the steering column, and the power to the ignition is off, and we're going to be choosing a ignition port to plug in our quick fuse. And that's that. We have the controller part installed. What we're going to be doing next is going to be installing the radar detector antenna. Okay, guys and gals, what we're going to be doing next is installing the laser shifter heads. You'll notice when you take these out of the box, they have the mount here, and these basically just using a wrench you can make the adjustment. Now, I prefer to use the old style Escort mounting brackets. So what I've done is I've taken those off, and you see the old style laser jammer mounting heads right here. And what I like about them, I'm able to use my double-sided tape. And you see how strong that is. That's just double-sided tape that we're using. So we're going to take our little laser jammer heads, and we've already. Now, guys and gals, I recommend you keep this plastic protective film on the laser jammer heads until after you install it. That way you don't scratch the surface of it, and at the end of your install, maybe at the last step, you pull that tape. So next step we're just going to have to do is to take these connectors and put them on the back of the QI-45 radar detector. Hey guys and gals, I know this is going to come up. These are not RJ45 jacks. That's typical on the old style shifter heads. So if you already have shifters installed on your vehicle, it's not going to work. These are a special plug that are waterproof that would go back to your QI-45. These are not the typical RJ45 plugs. So what we're going to do is go down to our antenna, run these through. Ready to install the radar detector head in the front grille of the car. There's something I need to make you aware of. You're going to see, on this model at least, the cables you're going to see have little white dots that are painted on them. And on the radar detector antenna, you're going to see those same white dots. Please make sure you match up those white dots so you don't put in the cabling backwards. Because if you do that, you put the cabling backwards, you can damage your unit. So just a word of warning. Take your time, all right? So what we're going to do is just reach our hand around here and install the antenna. Most of my installs that I do, I use the 3M double-sided tape. So fix the tape to the antenna, peel back the red portion, and I just put it up there and make sure it's snug in there. And it'll take a little bit for it to bond real well, but that's basically on there. That's not going to be coming off. So our radar detectors and heads installed. We have our shifter head installed.